a chair, and I'm wondering how I get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Oh yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, you started out with nothing, and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they all come calling, slap you on the back. I said, please, please. When I'm trying to make a sense of it all, but I can see it make no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? 'Cause I don't think I can take it anymore. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, your family all come calling, and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your family all come calling, slap you on the back. I said, please, please. Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared, I guess I'll fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim.
Cheers.
I welcome everybody to Cunningham's Pub. It is a Cunningham's Pub Night, Friday night pub nights at home, the Sessions. That's the real name, right, Jim?
Jeff, people are asking, man, if we got any drones with us, because we have some drone angles going on.
We don't,
So
but
it's all magic of the iPhone?
it is the magic of the iPhone. Actually, no, we have a big announcement to make. A couple of weeks ago, actually it was last week, I have some old friends that I used to play in a band with a long time ago. The band was called Simon Says. Now we're talking 31 years ago. We were going over it a little earlier, we were talking. And since that time, I've stayed friends with most of the guys in the band. It's the ones I'm not friends with, I just haven't seen. And one of the guys in the band, he's still playing in a band. He plays in a band called Queen Flash. They're a band that does a Queen tribute, and they're pretty good because I know the singer of the band, and he sounds exactly like Freddie Mercury. Well, he's a lot louder than Freddie Mercury now, anyway. So the guy's name, the keyboard player in the band, eventually built himself an audiovisual company. They specialize in audiovisual presentations for corporations. They do live streaming, things like that. And he was watching the show, and he's seen the show for the last couple of weeks, and he kind of, he texted me or Facebooked me and, Messenger, and he says, yeah, I'm really digging the show. And I'm like, yeah, cool. He says, but I got this company, and I'd like to come down and donate my time and my equipment. And I said, well, what are you doing? He told me, and he said, I'm going to bring some cameras down and audio. And I said, okay, let's do it. And I said, great. And the he's a real nice guy, and his name is Matt Cool. And that's really his name, Matt Cool, which is the best name in rock and roll. And so he shows up yesterday, and he brought all his gear, and he set it all up. And Jim, you were having a conniption, right? It was just like road. Yes. Well, Jim is really stressed. He loved the system that didn't work, like the iPhone, because it was easy to mess it up and then easy to fix it up. Although we never really fixed it properly. So Matt sets his stuff up, and he says to me, we said, well, Matt, we're going to have a little bit of a problem because you can't stay in the bar with us. It's just me and Jimmy. Once the deliveries are done, the Uber guys are out, our delivery guys are out. That's it. It's Jim and me. So we said, where are we going to put them? Because they have to operate the cameras, remotely. And so we thought about the kitchen, and we can't do that because of the health thing. And the guy didn't want to put his stuff in kitchen. So I suggested the bathroom, and Matt Cool said, "No, wait a minute, I'm not setting up in the bathroom." So we eventually, and then I suggested Jim's office. Like, I made all the good suggestions. And Jim's office, Karen's side of the office is really nice and neat. And Jim's side, that's another story. All right, you couldn't fit anything in there. So
A little messy.
that's right, it's a bit messy. So we put Matt Cool, we eventually put him in the liquor locker. Is that what it's called?
Having fun right now.
It's in the liquor. Yeah, I see. I never knew the liquor locker worked. Look, the camera's moving all over the place. He's probably cracking himself a bottle. I didn't know we had a liquor locker, Jim, and you never told me that. So that's where Matt Cool is, and he's got an assistant with him, and his name is Ozzy Levesque. So we really appreciate them coming down. Oz and Matt Cool, thank you so much, guys. You're now part of the sessions team, so we hope you stick around. And we're gonna make it. We'll know if they're any good if we don't turn off, right? The way it always works with us.
We need some type of it.
Yeah. We had one run-in. We had one run-in with them so far. One disagreement. Matt Cool says, and I can't just say Matt. It has to be Matt Cool. Matt Cool says, "Yeah, I can give Jim a mic." And Jim says, "Well, and Jim's got one of them voices, And so I kind of, I did my Barney Fife, and I'm like, I do all the talking around here. I don't think Jim needs a microphone. So Jimmy said, no mic for me. All right, so that's the story of why you're seeing all the cool camera angles, and Jim's no longer in charge of that. So we've changed our technical crew, Jim, sorry to say, after the fabulous job you did for the last 3 weeks. All right, we had a whole boatload of requests, and some of them, I decided to do some of the ones that were so out of the ordinary that people are going to scratch their heads and think, why are you doing this? So there's a guy named Eric Lang. He's a drummer friend of mine. He does carpentry work, and he when he does a request, he posts on my Facebook page. So he said he wanted to hear a Kiss song. So he started sending out Kiss, man. It's like this insane rock band. So I said, well, I'm looking at him. I'm trying to take him seriously. So I picked one of his suggestions. So Eric, this one's for you. And it happens to be, Eric's the drummer, like I said. And it happens to be, I think, if it's not Kiss's biggest hit, it's one of their biggest hits. And it was sung by the drummer, of all people. So drummers ain't getting no love in that band. So there's the miracle of it all. All right? Well, Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. Just a few more hours, and I'll be home right to you. I think I hear them calling. Well, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? You say you feel so empty, that a house just ain't a home. I'm always somewhere else, and you're always home alone. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Well, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? Well, so Beth, I know you're lonely, but I hope you'll be alright. 'Cause me and the boys will be playing all night. All night. All night. All night. Kiss,
Thank you
man.
from Eric Lang, buddy.
What's that?
Eric Lang said big thank
Oh, great. There you go, Eric. Kiss song. I never thought I'd play one. I think we covered one Kiss song 35 years ago in a rock band I played in. We did it once, and we sucked so bad we never did it again. So there you go. Listen, we have St. Anne's is crawling with musicians and artists and painters. We have photographers. So what's the guy's name? Dan Bouquet.
Bouquet under Facebook name.
Okay, Bouquet is his Facebook name. This guy takes such good pictures, and he's not the only good photographer I know, but he's a local guy, and he takes pictures of everything. So all that to say, the town is crawling with good musicians. And there's a guy named Doug Miller. He kind of has his finger on the pulse of everything. He's the guy who organizes the shows down on the boardwalk. He gives lessons. He also organizes the Solstice Jam.
Yeah, 15 years now, I think.
They've been doing it 15 years?
Actually, I think even longer, because I remember them doing it at the pub in the old days, 30 years ago. It started out.
Okay.
Really big, it's been about 15, 17 years.
Okay. Well, years ago, Doug and Kelly Watling, I believe Kelly was involved with it too. They made this album. It's right here. I got several copies of it. It's called St. Anne de Bellevue Souvenirs. Hey, can we get wherever you were up in the locker, could you focus in on this? Is that possible? Look at that album. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's the album. All right. And I'm going to give away a whole bunch of these tonight. This was produced, and it's a whole bunch of artists who come from St. Anne's. I'll just give you a quick list of who they are. What's that?
Kirk McGecky was the first musician who ever played here at Cunninghams on the first day we opened.
Kirk McGecky was the first musician to play here.
Yeah.
Kirk's on the album. God rest his soul. He passed away years ago. I'm on the album. Bill Gossage, Doug Miller, Kelly Watling, Cabana Family, Jack Casey, Ian Gray, big supporter of music. Dave Carson, Gary Townsend, right? He's on the album. Elaine Clendenning, everybody. A whole bunch of St. Anne's guys on the album. So I'm going to give...
Family, I think, are on there too.
The Gossage family? Okay, yeah, I know Dave is on there. So we're going to give a bunch of those away. Anybody who can name the title of my first album gets one. Send in the title, you get it. And I'll give those away all night. Okay, so my girlfriend, and my girlfriend, I don't.
Don't tell your wife.
No, I don't have a girlfriend. My son's girl, oh no, I'm not going to play that song now. Doug Miller. I got a bone to pick with Doug Miller. Doug Miller is a real good guitar player. He's a jazz, he's like knows all the phone number chords, right? And I love that kind of guitar playing, but I can't do it. And I think it's more fun wanting to do it than actually knowing how to do it, in my case, so I can be shocked when I see a guy play it. So Doug posts on Facebook, he posts him playing these like impossibly difficult chord songs. And I look at it and I'm thinking, well, I couldn't do that. So I kind of threw the gauntlet down. I wrote on Facebook, I said, hey, Doug, could you, why don't you play this song for me? And I'm going to tell you the title. I said, do a jazzoid version. So he wrote back, he said, yeah, no problem, So he said, I'll put that up tomorrow. Well, he throws down the gauntlet a couple hours later, said, well, you're doing the show Friday night? Why don't you do it too? I said, I'll be happy to do it. So do you think Doug Miller put it up on the Facebook yet? No, he didn't. So, Doug, I'll beat you to the punch. So here we go. You ready? Well, I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head, I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unravel any riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. In my thoughts, I'd be thinking I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. Oh, I could tell you why the ocean meets the shore. I could turn around and ask some more, and then I know I'd say some more. Well, I'd not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. Life would be a ding-a-dairy. I could dance and I'd be merry if I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. There you go.
Yes, sir. Thanks, yeah.
You're very welcome. So, Doug, I'm waiting to hear it. All right. My son's girlfriend, her name is Zoe Carrick is her name. And she wanted to hear this classic Beatles song. Here we go. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, I see that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, oh, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. There you go. There you go, Zoe, for you.
Hey, Jeff, I don't know if you want to mention last week for the St. Anne's Food Bank, this one we want to announce a number that we
Oh, yeah, like-
everybody amazing came out of the woodwork and donated.
How much?
$4,300 for the St. Anne's Food Bank.
$4,300?
$4,300. Tonight we're not collecting for anything, but just let people know how grateful
Okay.
the St. Anne's Food Bank is. Unbelievable.
All right, did you guys hear that? Jim was doing the Peanuts teacher in the back. We collected for the food bank last week, and it was really Marty Silverstone who got that ball rolling. And him and his rugby players, you know, they matched, they went out and they got all their buddies to donate. And then Marty's rugby club matched their donations. And then we got a whole bunch of other people, and we ended up with $4,300, you said?
$4,300.
That was for the St. Anne's Food Bank. So thank you, everybody who donated. We really, really appreciate it. And the food bank appreciates it. I know Giselle sent me a text today thanking us for helping her out. So there you go.
Great job, everybody.
And eventually, what did we do with Meals on Wheels? That was like, we got
1975.
1975.
$1,975, so, yeah.
Perfect. So thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate it, and I know those people do too. So right back at the, oh, don't forget, did anybody write in with the title of my first
Yes, it
album?
did. It was, the winner was, the first person who got in was Christine Williamson.
Christy
Christy
Williamson.
yeah.
Of course she'd get it, man. She used to work with me.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Christy, you still get the record though, even though that was a kind of a, you slid in the back door that way. So you get the record. What's the next one?
I didn't know, a lot of people are asking to do, I was saying Nova Scotia, I know you're gonna do that at the end of this, I'm letting people know on here that you're gonna be doing something for the Nova Scotia, the families and stuff, I think you'll be doing it at the end of the set.
Yes, we will, yeah. We're going to extend our show a little bit tonight. I got something a little special for them out there.
And also, we have something to say too, so it's, it was your birthday, by the way, on Thursday. Happy birthday, Jeff.
It was my birthday yesterday.
And we have a little friend of yours who just wanted to send out a little birthday wish to you, so
Who's
just
it?
hold on here, 2 seconds, here we go.
Breaking news. Happy birthday, Jeff Smallwood. I hope you're having a great day. And one of these days we can get together again when the law allows us to and talk about what we did when we were isolated. Musicians have always been isolated though, haven't they? Anyway, my friend, after all these years of knowing you, it's been great and I wish you have a happy birthday. Take care, my friend.
That's great. Man, these guys, Matt Cool and Oz, they're doing the work, right? I mean, that's him.
Well, you know, you told a story last week about Brian from Wine picking up in the car and stuff.
I
like
did,
that,
man.
so,
Was he watching?
I was watching and reached out to Brian and said he was generous and gracious enough to send us a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. All right, we got a request in from a guy named Gary Peltier last week, and he wanted to hear Big Yellow Taxi. So here we go. A boutique and a swinging hot spot. Good, it always seemed to go, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. They pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. Ooh, Hey, farmer, what will you do now? You give me spots on my apple, but leave me the birds and the bees now. You got till it's gone. They pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. Well, they took all the trees, they put them in a tree museum now. And they charge all the people $1.50 just to see them now. Well, don't it always seem to go, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. They pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. It took away my old man now. Well, don't it always seem to go, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. They pay paradise, they pulled up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, put away your DDT now. Give me spots on my apple, but leave me the birds and the bees now. You don't know what you got till it's gone. They pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. I said they pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. I said they pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. Thank you, Jim. All right, I got a whole whack of requests, and I love it when people actually request one of my tunes by title. It makes me feel like I've really done something important. I wrote a song on my first album, and I hadn't intended on playing it tonight, but I changed my mind because I spent the day thinking about this, and I thought, you know, I wanted to ask you, Jim, do you remember your first girlfriend?
Yes.
Like, did you fall in?
Real girlfriend?
Yeah, like, well, the first girl you fell in love with who wasn't your grade 2 teacher. How's
Yes.
that? You remember that girl?
I did.
Like, did you, like, really love her?
I kind of answered my wife's here. No, of course, I do.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the first girl I fell in love with, man, and I loved her, and I loved her so hard it hurt. And I remember the first kiss I had with her. It's behind the Glenfinnan rink up here.
In St. Anne's here.
In St. Anne's, yeah. And I remember it was an autumn night, and it was really chilly, you know, and we were back there and, you know, kind of nudging around, and finally, you know, she kissed me, and it's like the earth shook.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So years later, of course, it was a childhood romance, you know, so years later I started writing songs, and I wasn't really very good at it. So I wanted to write a cool love song, and I remembered all the images of her, of how I fell in love with her. And I wanted to use them in a song, but there wasn't enough of them to complete the song. So I had to borrow some images from like things my mom had said to me when I was growing up and stuff. So I put this on my first album, and I'm sure she's heard it because she's told me she's heard it. So I'm going to play it right now. I don't know if she's watching, but if you are watching, this is a song about you. And any of our friends who went to school with us will know exactly who I'm talking about. And if you type in the name of this girl, I'll give you one of those records, okay? Like up to 2 or 3 people. So if you can guess it, you get the record, all right? If you see her, say hello. Tell her to call or come see a show. Ask her what's new and see if she knows. I think of her sometimes till I overflow. I remember holding her tight. The smell of her hair, we slow danced all night to Yellow Brick Road and her brother's black light in her daddy's basement on Saturday night. First love and the first kiss and the first try was a near miss, and my first lie was the last time. Untried angels too young for wings. If you see her, sing that tune that I sang at Karen Point one afternoon. She loved the part about the man in the moon, and it's all like a movie that ended too soon. I remember we'd walk to the locks for the day, and by 9 o'clock I'd near beg her to stay, 'cause by then I knew what I wanted to say, and her mother's Mustang would take her away, take her away. Well, first love and the first kiss, well, the first try was a near miss, and my first lie was the last time. Untried angels too young for wings. Well, I wanted to call, I meant to write. I even passed by her house late one night, and I started to think, was it some kind of fight? And I couldn't recall, was I wrong or was she right? When the months turn to years and the years start to show, Time went so fast and I drifted so slow. She got a house and a husband and a family in tow. And it's better it's someone that I didn't know, 'cause you never know. Well, first love and the first kiss and the first try was a near miss, and my first lie was the last time. Untried angels too young for wings. So if you see her turn away, and if by chance she happens to say, do you think you'll see him sometime today? Just tell her you think that I moved away.
With someone who said Kim, is that right?
That's right, man.
There you go.
Was it her who said it?
Actually, I gotta find out who it was. Roger Marianne.
Oh, really?
Roger Marianne, yeah.
You got it, man. You got yourself a record. Anybody else? Oh, now everybody's going to say it, right? All right. Okay, so we have a buddy. As a matter of fact, Matt Cool has the same buddy. Oz has the same buddy, and so do I. His name is Rick Stadnick. And Rick has been after me for weeks to play this one tune, so I want to play it for Rick Stadnick. So, Rick, here we go. You ready? Supposed to do when he's down and out of work. I need a job, I'm out of work. I'm unemployed, I'm out of work. I need a job, I'm out of work. I go to pick my name, her girl is around. She invites me in, her invites me to sit down. The small talk that we're making is going pretty smooth. Her daddy drops a bomb. Son, what do you do? I'm out of work. I need a job. I'm out of work. I'm unemployed. I'm out of work. I need a job. I'm out of work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Mr. President, I know you got the plan. You're doing all you can now to help the little man. These tough times that we're facing make a grown man cry. Up there you got a job, down here below I'm out of work. I need a job, I'm out of work. I'm really burned, I'm out of work. I need a job, I'm out of work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Hey, Mr. President, now I know you got the plan. You're doing all you can now to help the little man. We got to do our best to walk that corona down. Just say to you, baby, you got a job for me just driving. The tough times that we're facing make a grown man cry. Up there you got a job, down here below I'm out of work. I need a job, I'm out of work. I'm really burned, I'm out of work. I need a job, I'm out of work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. moved over there now.
Okay, sorry. People are saying that should be the theme song for our times right now.
Is that right?
Out of work. Everyone's out of work, right?
Well, we can start the show with that.
That's right.
Right, okay, so we can save this, and while we're waiting for us to get on the air on time,
Yes.
which we've never done yet, right?
That's right.
What are you doing over there? Are you pouring?
I need some technical difficulties on my own over here, so I'm putting the phone in.
Okay, so finally, the technical difficulties aren't affecting the
Going
show.
up.
Perfect.
Hey, Jeff's sister-in-law too, some really birthday announcements as well as yours, but my sister-in-law, Jess Romani's birthday on Sunday.
Jess Romani?
Hey, Jessica Romani, big country fan.
Happy
Big
birthday.
fan of yours, obviously.
Is that right? Big country fan? Nice. Happy birthday, Jess.
And Mike Simpson, another good friend of ours. Mike Simpson, good friend of ours.
Mike Simpson, happy birthday, man. We didn't make them signs like we made for, remember the other, who was that we made the sign for last
That
time?
was for your buddy with the that was, who was that? I don't remember. That was last week. I don't remember last
It was
week.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, yeah. And I missed the no free bird sign. I thought we were going to use that as part of our
Use it
background.
every week.
We just put it up. Actually, put it in front of me.
Can you play Freebird?
No, I cannot play Freebird. This is a no Freebird zone. There's a lot of people right now who's, we don't do a whole lot of talking about the whole coronavirus and the COVID thing. We're trying to forget all about that. But there's a lot of people whose parents, grandparents, are stuck in these, not necessarily nursing homes, but long-term care facilities, short-term care, and they're stuck in there now. They can't get out, and they won't let people in. And we have one of Dan, one of the owners here, the chef, the head chef. You have to say head chef when it's Dan. He's the head chef, and you don't mess with that. Plus, he owns the joint too. So, his wife Teresa, is her grandmother.
I think it's her grandfather, not mistaken.
Her grandfather is in one of those places, and she can't go see him. So she has not seen him in a while. So Teresa, I feel for you. That must be awful. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to play a song for you. This one here. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills. Sketch the trees and the daffodils. Catch the breeze and the winter chills in colors on the snowy linen land. Now I understand what they tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night. Flaming flowers that brightly blaze. Swirling clouds in violet haze. Reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue. Colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain. Weathered faces lined in pain, like crushed and broken on the virgin snow. And now I think I know what they tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left in sight on that starry, starry night, well, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night. Portraits hung in empty halls. Frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that you've met. The ragged men in the ragged clothes. The silver thorn of bloody rose lies crushed and broken on the virgin snow. And now I think I know what they tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, that's a Don McLean song. So, yeah, Gord Racy, one of the guys.
Forever asking for Don McLean.
He's asking. He asks for American Pie. So maybe I'll fit the American Pie in thing, but I need to. I think I have to study the lyrics.
That's not a great song, though.
It is a great song. Yeah, really fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the big. We got to give away another record, right?
Yeah.
Who wants a record? What should we do?
How about we ask what bar that I owned before this one, right before this one?
Good question. Jim, Dan, and a whole whack of other guys whose names slip my mind right now. So don't get mad, guys. Okay? They're always mad at me, the other owners, because of what I said the first week. They own this pub, but Jim owned another pub prior to this. So if you know the name of it,
In St. Anne's, we're saying.
oh, it's in St. Anne's. Yeah, not anywhere
Not
else.
the one in Hudson.
Well,
No,
other
in St. Anne's.
yeah, other towns don't count.
That's right.
It's St. Anne's.
St. Anne's.
It's St. Anne's. St. Anne's is the center of the universe, and the Earth is flat too. So anybody who knows the name of the pub that Jim owned in St. Anne's prior to Cunninghams, send in your answer. You get the record.
Beautiful.
Did anybody answer yet?
Not yet.
Can I answer?
Nope.
I don't even have a copy. I'm on this record, and I don't have a copy of it.
People are just saying how fantastic the last version was. They sang there's so many people in awe of starring in.
Oh, thank you very much. Good. I'm glad I didn't forget the words. Okay. There's my son Luther. I talked about his girlfriend earlier today. My son Luther, a real nice kid. And one day, I used to have this cheesy Cadillac. Do you remember my Cadillac, Jim?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
It was a beautiful cat. It was an Eldorado. And I used to ride around this thing like I owned the town. You know what I mean? And Luther used to particularly like riding around in it. And one time we're driving down the road, and I used to like slouch down in the thing and look out the window. And we'd listen to music all the time. And Luther had a CD player in it, which was, it was pretty big time at the time. And Luther said, "Hey, Dad, I got this this band I want you to hear. You want to hear it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want any of that goddamn bug music playing in my car." And Luther said, "Come on, Dad, it's really good. It's like, like new music." And I'm like, No. And I realized, Mr. Big Shot musician is supposed to be like, open to new ideas and music and all kinds of stuff. And I sound like my dad. "I don't want to hear any of that darn loud rock music in the car." So I finally said, "Okay, Luther, put the song on the record player, or the CD player in the car." So he puts the thing in, and it was what came out of the speakers, and he knew I would like it if he turned it up loud. So he turns it up loud, and the song starts, and it was the most incredibly frantic, full of teenage angst, loudest music I'd ever heard. And it was so good that I made him play it over and over in the car. And he was like, "Dad, it's enough." Because kids today, man, they hear a song once and it's over. But I'm still listening to the first record I ever bought when I was like 12, So I got him to play it, and years later when I was on that show, Star Academy, I was the house guitar player, and we'd have a big rock star come in, several of them every week, and play with us. And one week, this band came in who played that song, and I was real excited. I wanted to meet them, and the band was called Simple Plan.
Great West Island guy.
Yeah, that's right. Good Montreal band. And so they came to the show, and we were hanging out with them and stuff. And somebody last week, and I didn't write the guy's name down. He asked for a Simple Plan song, and when I saw the thing, I thought, "Come on, dude, that's like me doing an Alice Cooper song. This is not gonna happen." So I thought, no, I really like this band, so I'm going to try to play probably the hardest song to play on acoustic guitar that they did. So I'm going to shout out to Jeff and all the guys in the band. I hope you're watching, and I hope you like this version. And I'm trying not to mess up the words, okay? Another day going by, I'm thinking about you all the time, but you're out there and I'm here waiting. And I wrote this letter in my head, 'cause so many things were left unsaid, but now you're gone and I can't think straight. Well, this could be the one last chance to make you understand. Yeah, I'd do anything just to hold you in my arms, to try to make you laugh, 'cause somehow I can't put you in the past. I'd do anything just to fall asleep with you. Will you remember me? 'Cause I know I won't forget you. Together we broke all the rules, dreaming of dropping out of school and leave this place and never come back. So now, maybe after all these years, if you miss me, have no fear. I'll be here and I'll be waiting. All this could be the one last chance to make you understand. And I just can't let you leave me once again. Yeah, I'd do anything just to hold you in my arms, to try to make you laugh, 'cause I somehow can't in the past. And I'd do anything just to fall asleep with you. Will you remember me? 'Cause I know I won't forget you. I close my eyes and all I see is you. I close my eyes, I try to sleep, and I can't forget you. Na na na, na na na. I'd do anything for you. Na na na, na na na. I'd do anything just to hold you in my arms, try to make you laugh. Somehow I can't get you off my mind. I'd do anything just to fall asleep with you. Will you remember me? 'Cause I know I won't forget you.
Great, buddy. Well done, man. That was fantastic.
You know what? I can't believe those guys actually play like that all
the time.
night.
Yeah.
All the time.
You know, actually, it's my oldest son. My oldest son was his favorite band. I think I went to see him 3 times, single band 3 times with Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I saw them, they were fantastic.
They are. It's a great band.
And one of the players now actually owns 5 or 6 restaurants downtown. Jeff, I think.
Jeff
right?
Stenko, yeah, he's the
he
lead
owns
guitar.
all the restaurants, and he has a conglomerate going, and
That-
well versed in restaurant business.
Yeah. And they're really super nice guys. Our drummer, Pierre Hébert, who was with Star Academy, when they first started Simple Plan, their drummer, like, they're not dummies. Like, they're real rock stars, and they study the craft. And the drummer, his name is Chuck. Chuck calls up Pierre, and he says, yeah, I'd like to take some drum lessons. So Pierre says, okay. And I'm like, why? So he comes down. He sits down, and Pierre says, okay, well, show me what you got. So Chuck starts playing. And Pierre listens to this, I don't know, a good 3-4 minutes. And Chuck is just beating his brains out. So Pierre says, okay, hang on a second. Pierre is a real mild-mannered. He says, yeah, listen, I don't think you have to play that loud all the time. Like, it sounds like our dads, And the guy says, no, that's the way I play. And it is the way he plays.
And it worked.
It works like gangbusters, and I saw them live up at the regatta out there. They had me, backstage and hanging out and stuff. They're a fabulous band, and I'm going to try to keep that song in my repertoire.
Nice.
And I'm going on and on because my arm is sore from from playing it. Anyway, that's it. So I'm not going to play that one again tonight. I got another request for another one of the songs that I wrote, and unfortunately, My family members are victimized by the constant telling of my life story, and they're always in it. So here's a rather sad song, and it's called No Milk Today. She wore white, I wore black. We rode in a '63 Cadillac. She said I do, and my voice cracked. We laughed for years when we were looking back. We were the average man, the average wife, with average jobs, lives, the average home, the average town, and nothing to say when it all broke down. Well, I need a cliche, or someone hiding away, so I could point my finger where the blame should lay. But I'm short on words, long on looking away. And there's a sign she put there yesterday, and it said all that I could never say. No milk today. That old house and brand new car, nice hometown, so good so far. A bouncing boy, the devil's pride and joy, and the angel's work, daddy's little girl. We had average talks with average replies, but we looked at each other with average eyes. And I still don't know, try as I may, did I want to say nothing or really have nothing to say? So I need a cliche, or someone hiding away, so I can point my finger where the blame should lay. But I'm short on words, long on looking away. And there's a sign she put there yesterday, and it said all that there was left to say. No milk today. Oh, true to form, I'm acting just like nothing's going wrong. I got my chin up, a smile, an empty smile, and keep on carrying on. Of all I coulda or shoulda, I never did. I remember only one. I kick back and take the front row and watch the whole thing come undone. Empty house, basement flat. I took this and she took that. I borrow my kids their toys in a sack, and the neighbors talk behind my back. We were the average man, the average wife, with average jobs and average lives, the average home, the average town, and the average broken hearts with a painfully average breakdown. So I need a cliche, someone hiding away, so I can point my finger where the blame should lay. But I'm short on words, long on looking away. And there's a sign she put there yesterday, and it said all that there was left to say. No milk today. So she wore white, I wore black. We rode in a '63 Cadillac, in a picture frame where the glass is cracked, in a box she left by the sign she put there yesterday. A sign that said all that I could never say. No milk today. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
the responses you get, right, you know, Jeff, when you sing one of your own songs, it's just your emotion and your passion.
Yeah.
Just comes right through, and everybody says it on Facebook here. They see it, they feel that people are getting goosebumps, and the remarks you're getting is fantastic.
Great, thank you. Well, I appreciate that, thank you. Well, they're easier to remember. And they don't go anywhere near as fast as Simple Plan. I'll tell you.
That's right. Are you still recovering?
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little more circulation in here. I almost had an aneurysm doing that. But it's a great tune. I love it. I mean,
asking people where they're watching from. So
Oh,
we
nice.
were in all the other days. It's
That's right, yeah.
So far we had Seattle. We had my couch. My couch is a big one. I watch from my couch.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Those are funny.
My cousin on Glen Harbosh in Brockville. Brockville watching it in Brockville.
Nice, okay.
There, yeah.
See, who's watching in Seattle?
That was way the early beginning of the night.
Yeah?
So, I
Okay.
write a name down that we're looking for Seattle.
I'll bet I know the guy.
Really?
Yeah, is his name Andrew?
I'm gonna go back and check right now all the way through. I'll let you know. But you know what we'll do? Let's give out t-shirts again tonight. Jeff.
Okay, yep.
T-shirts to the furthest.
2 T-shirts to the furthest one from where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
So please tell us where you're from. So far it's Seattle, right?
Seattle so far, I think, is the farthest. Yeah.
Okay, Seattle so far. We had Australia the other day, right?
Yeah, we did have Australia.
Did they contact you?
Not yet.
They didn't?
No, but tell people, I might have forgot some, so.
Okay, so please let us know where you're. Man, we're just giving all kinds of stuff
I
away.
love it. Let's keep going.
That's what it is. We're just, you know what? My car. I need repairs on it. If you want that, come and bring a tow truck and take that with you. All right, there's several artists in my career that have really influenced me, and some of them aren't quite as obvious as you might think. And one of them that you probably wouldn't think that I was really influenced by was Rick Springfield.
Oh, I love them.
I love Rick Springfield. Rick Springfield is the best. And I used to act in movies. Believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe. I'm not just a pretty face, you know. So I had a couple of parts in movies. And every time I'd go audition for a movie, and I know that Austin, your son, he did a bunch of acting, right, too, right?
Yes, he did, yeah.
So, yeah, Austin, he did a bunch of acting, modeling, too, right?
Yeah, some all these commercials, stuff like that.
And and my son Noah did that too. He had a real pretty face, so he did a lot of that too. But I just did acting. I was in, blockbuster. I think one of the movies I did was called Little Dicky, which you can actually find that on YouTube. It was a short film. I played a cowboy. It's pretty comical as you watch it. I didn't write the story, so I can't take credit for it. I was in that Meatballs. I was the one.
Meatballs, that was a huge Hudson.
That's right. I was in that cast out in Hudson when we filmed it. So yeah. So every time I'd go for an audition, I'd play a Rick Springfield song. So I'm going to play one for you right now, and everybody loves this tune. Jesse is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine. But lately something's changed, it ain't hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl and I want to make him mine. And she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And she's holding him in his arms late, late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that? I played along with the charade. There doesn't need to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably me. But she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And she's holding her in her arms late, late at night. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a good, man. Excellent. Another big influence on me, don't sit down. Get off that, look at my hair, man, I got rock hair. I got this monitor now, so I can see myself, which is great fun. Here we go. Another huge influence, Jim. Oh, you know what? I'm going to dedicate this tune. There's some heroes out there working now. We don't hear about these people very often. The clerks in grocery stores, cops, firemen. Well, we hear a lot about those guys. Blue-collar guys taking care of the towns. But I got a request from some nurses they sent in last week. And one in particular I really liked from the Children's Hospital, Montreal Children's Hospital. So if you girls are watching tonight, or you're not at work, or even if you're at work and you got the TV on, which you probably do because you work at the Children's, so you let the kids watch cartoons, right? I would hope so. And so I want to dedicate this tune to you girls, especially the ones on 6BS. I don't know what that really means, but it's probably a floor where they treat certain kids. And these kids are sick, and these nurses, guys and girls, are taking care of them. Even though there's a whole other thing going on, they're still taking care of these kids, putting themselves at risk. So girls, this one's for you, and guys too. What I want you got might be hard to handle, like a flame that burns a candle, and the candle feeds the flame. Oh yeah, what I want, full stop, thoughts and dreams that scatter, and you pull them all together, and I can't explain. Oh yeah, you make my dreams come true. You make my dreams come true. On a night when bad dream becomes a screamer, and I'm messing with a dreamer, well, I laugh it in the face. Oh yeah, but twist and shout my way out, wrap your arms around me, 'cause I had the way you found me. Well, and I'll never be the same. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true. Well, you make my dreams come true. Well, listen to this. Listen to this. I'm down on my daydream. Well, that sleepwalk might be over by now. Will you make my dreams come true. Well, you make my dreams come true. On a night when bad dream becomes a screamer, and I'm messing with a dreamer, well, I can laugh it in the face. Oh yeah, we'll twist and shout my way out, and wrap your arms around me, 'cause I ain't the way you found me. Well, and I'll never be the same. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true. You make my dreams come true. Ooh, wonderful. You make my dreams come true. Oh, yeah. You make my dreams come true. There you go. Little Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. I'm going to do another tune, and we want to keep the show light, right?
Yeah.
It's always been fun, and we got into the fundraising thing by fluke, and we're happy to do it. But this week, I don't want to be a drag, but this week has been a real tough week it's been a tough week for the whole country, right? And we have, everybody knows what happened out in Nova Scotia this week. And I know that the pub here, Cunninghams staff have a lot of connections out there. You know a lot of people out there, right?
Teresa, family and friends out
Yeah,
there.
Teresa, Dan's, the head chef's wife, has her entire family is out there. And I have a lot of friends out there, a lot of musician friends who live out there. And I used to work out there in Halifax doing the Patrick Normand show on TV all the time. So we're all really touched about this. And like I'm good with a joke. Like I love a good joke. And I don't really I don't know really what to say to all those people whose families have been touched by this. And there's 22 of them in total, right, who passed away, and they have a face now. There's one face. Is that Constable Heidi Stevenson is her name, right?
That's right.
Yeah, she's an RCMP constable, ready to retire too, I believe. She's 23 years of service, and that has become the face of this tragedy. And I started thinking about her and all the other people who were killed. And I thought, those people who put on a gun and a badge to go to work every day, they get up and they make breakfast, they shuffle their kids off to school, and off they go to work with a gun on.
Right.
And most of the time, I'd say 99.99% of the time, these guys are, they got to rescue a kitten, stop a fight in a bar, help somebody park their car, give a ticket, help somebody with a flat tire, all kinds of stuff. They got to be therapists for people. They got to do all kinds of things that really have nothing to do with being a cop and has nothing to do with that gun they're wearing. And then one day, I am absolutely sure that not a single one of them ever woke up, put on that gun and said, today's the day I'm going to use that gun and I'm going to need it and I'm going to need it bad. And I really thought about that constable, Heidi Stevenson, and it broke my heart to think that she went to work and that was the day and she didn't come home.
Right.
And for all those other people, all those other victims, the same thing. They got up, did what they had to do, and they're not coming home again. And that really broke my heart. So I don't really have any words that would comfort them. So I'll just play a tune for them. And I hope your pain diminishes quickly. And I want you to know that the entire country is mourning with you all, starting with me. So this is for all of you out there in Nova Scotia. I hope you're all feeling better soon. Amazing grace, well, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. It taught my heart to fear. Grace, my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear. Well, the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
So guys, thank you on behalf of Cunninghams Pub and Jeff, they're all friends in Nova Scotia and across Canada who are reeling with this stupid, crazy shit that happened. It doesn't make any sense. So our hearts go out to Cunninghams Pub from Jeff Smallwood, all my family and friends, to all our friends in Nova Scotia. Cheers.
Chin
Good night,
up,
everybody.
Chin up. The wind will be at your backs again soon. Good night, everyone.